stream. Let's see. I think I might need to take it off TikTok. It's in 40! See, I don't know how to work it. Hold on, let me get this out of here. Right, we're in here. I know they probably gonna be like, who the hell is that in the background? Happy holidays, everybody. Whoever's on here watching, if I got somebody watching, I'm trying to figure it out. Set it up right now. We ain't been on here in a while. But I said I figured we might as well jump on for the holidays and bring in us all the way to 12 o'clock, like the ball drop.
Yeah, no, you fucking tried. I don't know what's up there. Shoot me, you weak ass niggas.
Okay, we got something, but I'm trying to see how does it look on TikTok. I gotta find out a way that we could go on TikTok and see. Oh, that looks so crazy though. This is what we're gonna get into. Also, I got it on a whiteboard for us. Part of my crazy brother in the background. He's gaming. And we're gonna cover the site. Today I really wanna cover the site, get into a little bit more talking about AI, why I built this with AI to help with credit and my business, and then the functionalities of it, what makes it different, and things in that manner, what we're gonna be doing next. So one of the main things that we could cover is that the dashboard is different. We had to upgrade it. We still have an issue. When you pick all, it shows all of them. So we probably have to take some of these out or figure out a way to make that better. But when you switch to a different one, it doesn't scroll all the way. It makes it that big. But now what we did was, what we're doing in making this better versus different platforms is that now you can legally, or not say legally, pardon me, now you can keep track of everything. Basically your complaints, the storage of it, the agencies, and the dates, contact, and we put a little bit of contact information in there. We hooked it up to where people can also search the different debt collectors, but the debt collector database is built on the companies that are banned. And then we added a little shop button for people to get different PDFs and stuff that we have in ebooks and things of that manner right into the app. So go try it out. It's consumerai.info. I'm happy it don't show too much, but anyway. Then we have different, like it says, a lot of this we have to fix, but once you're inside the dashboard, you're pretty good to go. Then we have the credit builder where you can earn credits to use within the app. And we added a blog. But what we did was, a lot of these is good startup programs, even though I tell a lot of my clients to deal with directly with banks or major financial institutions, but a lot of these are good for, let's say, start out products or teens and everybody that's just coming out and want to get in a sign, or if you got to rebuild your credit. Rent reporters, I would definitely go with. Then what we added is trade line purchases. This is going to be a good thing to add on to our business and services to help people boost their credit better. And we're going to get into talking about trade lines. We also attached a lot of different links for the Federal Trade Commission, where you could go and put in your FTC complaints, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is the main bureau, and oh yeah, okay. And identitytheft.gov for people that's going through identity theft. So we didn't just make the app based on us and then just selling. We also put a lot of links to where people can go directly into the app or the website and access multiple different sources of information to fix their credit, make complaints, or to, what we're teaching and improve and, to link it together. Like, you feel me? Sorry. I don't know how I'm explaining it tonight, but just basically it get me so now you like, so when you're hearing about identity theft, you don't have to go and search through a whole bunch of stuff. Boom, it's all right here. It's basically what I'm trying to say. Then general complaints. These is different type of complaints you can also make, and a different company that you can also use to make complaints. Online purchase issues is on here too. We added it. Now we added a lot of these because the paper trail is what matters when it comes to a lot of this credit repair stuff. People are telling you use these laws, and laws of course doesn't really matter, because if you don't know the process of the consumer law or the process of what these credit companies and bureaus is taking, the laws really doesn't mean nothing. Because first off, when you write a letter, doesn't matter if you put 1681 into it and highlight everything, or you seeing off of that. They're gonna first send it to a platform on a company that first connects your information with secondary bureaus, and then it's run through an e-Oscar system. Once that system reads that everybody knows these consumer laws now, it's gonna still do what it's supposed to do, and which that means is just track your information in secondary bureaus. And once you have 2 to 3 addresses and names that match, that's it. That's the problem. That's why we have to get into more of credit literacy and teaching it in the consumer law manner of it. A lot of us are just telling people, yo, let's go get our credit card so we go buy some Jordans, or just another avenue to still be a consumer. We're not trying to still be a consumer. We're trying to use these, let's say, this information to now access funding or position ourselves in better positions to get ahead in this world, and as this world is changing. Does that make sense? Another thing I like to say, they ain't teach us none about this in school also. Sorry. So another reason I got into explaining and talking to it is because of trial and error. And one thing I would like to add on in here, you cannot beat experience. So we added a couple blogs in here, 2 that we wrote. And then as you see, this is the whole point of why we got to start interacting with the app and stuff after we do different updates, because one of our blogs is not on here. Then another thing we put on here and talking about why is arbitration, and it came from an article that I read from the National Association of Consumer Authority or something in that manner. Pardon me if I did that wrong. But yes, we had to read an article, and arbitration and being forced into arbitration is running wild. Then the crazy part is, if you get into arbitration and looks into the laws and just look into the reading of it, it says something in arbitration in a manner of maritime. And when I seen that word in that, let's say, documents, I even when I got arbitration from Self. I'm taking Self to court. Self lender, the credit builder. Sorry, I don't know. I like them when I had them, but I have to take them to court now because they playing games and don't want to. We're gonna get into that on another note, but they playing games. Sorry, I like Self, but I'm taking them to court right now. But as I'm reading the arbitration agreement, it states something about maritime law. And when heard and seen that, that's what really made me know that a lot of the stuff that people are speaking about and they're trying to say is like some sovereign or is fake and things in that manner. I knew right then and there when I read that arbitration agreement, I knew it was something more. We also gonna get. Matter of fact, we're gonna get into that tonight since we in here and all night, and I don't even know if we properly write on YouTube. I ain't even changed the titles or the docs. Let's see if we can put the docs in. Chat doc. We gonna throw on. Right. I know how to operate it a little bit.
Yeah, now it's working. Like
Stream info. Let's see.
gas was not working, bro.
Okay, we can keep that. How to make money while repairing your credit. That works right now. But let me say this: Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays to everybody that's celebrating and enjoying the holidays. Me right now, I am not with the brats, and that would have been the best thing to be with was to be with the kids. And this holidays we're not. So we got the Restream channel. We got chat. Hello, let's see. Let's type in chat and see how this thing looking. So it looked like we got YouTube working. I don't know if TikTok is working. But let's go and see. I don't know. It says we on there. So we on there. And yeah, let's get back to it. So I want to get back into the app. So as we breaking it down here, I want to know how it looked though on TikTok. Pardon me, people. So this is the site, yes, and I'm liking it. You can go support us. We can also go to our social media links and things in that manner. Then it hyperlinks also to my Buy Me a Coffee for digital products. Boom, please go get you. See, we have a lot of free resources. We even have the free tax book on understanding tax liens and deeds right now. This is a 3-book package. Basically, it gets into different little information, a lot of these programs, and then how to just learn the programs. I tell people if we could spend time doing a whole bunch of bull crap, we could definitely take time to be like, all right, I'm going to take an hour out of my day. I'm going to go online, do this little course, and then just get it over with to upgrade yourself. Upgrade yourself this year. And I know it seems like it doesn't really matter, but think about the fact of nobody can take nothing away from you that you learned. A skill that you have obtained. That's the best blessing. Like nobody can be like, yo, I built this site or I took this site. No. AI could probably fight with me in the future and be like, I helped you code it. But nobody can be like, yo, I stayed up to many of hours and days going through the trial and error of fixing this, making it better, adding different stuff, learning the programs and the platforms and things in that manner. Because you can use AI to make you a website, but that doesn't mean you're going to be able to do a lot of stuff. So basically, deploy it on the internet. Let's say change your user authentication and stuff in that manner. And then now what we did was also, as you see in the chat interface, we had to figure out a better way to give people a credit analysis of their report. So what we did was I'm hoping that, like I said, people, please work with me. I see the brother talking about it, and he was saying that this time you don't really have to be a software engineer. If you're hearing things about like all of this app building and creating, do it. Yes, you might have to spend a couple days and a couple of long nights arguing with the AI to get to get it to get fixed. But hey, it would have took massive more time to have got this done as an individual developer way before AI was here. So as you see, we changed. Let me make sure my volume is right. Hello, hello, boom. So as you see, we changed the way that we wanted people to be able to have the AI analyze their credit reports. So we got a summary, then it gives you different things about like identity theft. If it sees that or thinks that that might be it, then it highlights the different accounts, how, and stuff in that manner. We have to add a little bit more to it to where it's like giving you um the amounts and the account numbers depending on what it also is. What we didn't want to do is take too much personal information on this to get in trouble also. So a lot of credit reports don't come with a lot of what they call non-public personal information versus what is public information that you can share and trade without a whole bunch of policy agreements and things in that manner. So we probably will upgrade it or fix that into it, but basically as you see, it gives you a very good breakdown and color detail on like negative accounts, things in that manner. Inquiries we have to fix too, because what happens when the AI goes to read these data or depending on the forms, that's what was one of the hardest problems when I first did the app with Dispute AI. It's getting better now, but depending on the formatting of the forms or the different type of forms, whether it's a PDF or a doc, then how it's formatted is hard depending on what type of coding that you use. Then, of course, you can see AI platforms. They're gonna say, or shout out my brothers that's into programming and coding, to where you could just easily have, let's say, did a process to upload it, get it to OCR, and things in that manner. It sounds easy, but it's not. If you're a developer and not a coder yourself, it's probably a lot easier. But doing that and then adding that from a vibe coding or one of these coding projects and having AI helps is definitely a process. Because then you have to figure out the different dependencies like PDF. I forgot what it's called. PDF something. UnPDF I think it's called. And then after that, you have to now use the proper AI tools to embed the text to get it to read, transition the text to JSON, then get it to then transfer into OCR. It's a lot that comes with the process, but you could do it like that with these tools, as you see. What it was,
Stop on. We at? You remember when COVID came out, right? And the people in Jamaica, they was using that breathing remedy, right? They was putting lemon, garlic in the pot. What else were they putting in the water? And they made the vapor. What else was they adding? Lemon, garlic, and what was it? Salt, pepper,
cayenne pepper.
cayenne pepper, and you put it and you let it boil, right? And then you breathe it in, right?
Yeah, I think so. I can't remember the whole thing. And honey, probably.
And the water to breathe it in.
Yes.
Josiah really sick. He's throwing up and he can't stop coughing. She just came from the
Hospital?
Yes. I'm thinking, what was that thing that the Jamaicans was doing when COVID came out? I did it myself. I added garlic, lemon, and I know it's a third ingredient. Ginger? Ginger. It was ginger.
Yep, that's what it was, ginger. My bad, people. That's the yo, chat. I'm gonna have one of the live. If I stay like this and really indulged and showed the behind the scenes, it would be a lot more. But that's I see why people watch this stream and stuff to be in the people lives and stuff. Like, yo, what they people do all day? I get it. I was watching Agent almost freeze to death. But happy holidays, and let's get back to it. What we're gonna do is probably fix better the overall assessment and an analysis of the AI to break down a little bit more. But as you see, I like the beginning process and the accuracy. Also, the download function does work. So boom, that is beautiful. Also, you could copy it. Then after that, we did now to still have the dispute letters. Now what happens is the AI will now make you different dispute letters. I have it down here in a tab, but I thought I put it over here. So what we did over here was made suggested questions easier to interface with the chat. So basically, if you like hit one of these, it'll go in there. Boom, you could put it in there, hit the chat, and boom. We added a little bit of a thinking process. We're gonna probably make this a little bit better also. But I'm telling you, people, one thing that I'm telling people to do with this technology: create, build. So, boom, as you see, I don't know why it did that. So that's another thing that we gotta go back and see what the heck happened. And this is why I ask people to go try the app out and give some feedback, because this is why. And then also, yes, we need more people in tech and technology. So what we're gonna do is gonna go in the back end and check out and see what's still going on and what's some of the issues. I don't know why this is not working. That's the daily thingy. But the chat was not supposed to do that. Oh man, this is about to be a lot, chat. Yeah, let's do it today. Let's show you how the process go. So boom, we're gonna have to. This is the front end code. I'm using VS Code with GitHub Copilot. I gotta pay them too. So for what it is, I also separated the back end from. Oh, let me get on my ENV for somebody steal my stuff. Oh Lord, they about to freeze the video. Yeah. So basically, we got to figure out why. And I'm mad because I was using Grok, and I like Grok Fast. Grok Fast was working pretty good. I don't even know if I still got a. I gotta probably go see if I got an API key for Grok. Oh, they got Quinn. Oh, we might gotta try Quinn out too. See, let me see if I gotta. But then I can't even do that on live because there's somebody gonna steal my API key. Yo, hold on. How we go block this real quick? We gotta block this. We gotta block this. We gotta block this. So how we need to, I don't know. All right, we ain't gonna use Grok. We ain't gonna use Grok. Okay, we gonna make it easy. We gonna make it easy. Let's see what we could do. Let's see if old llama, how old llama hitting for. Matter of fact, no. I'm mad because see, yo, bro, it's probably about to be a whole bunch to get this fixed. So, boom, as you see, what I usually do, people, I go and I copy and then I ask it to help me fix the errors. So, I'm going to copy this real quick and try to throw it in here. And now and part of me because my Wi-Fi, and it's probably because I got a lot of stuff running on my baby. And I am on Intel i7 9 Gen, but this thing is on. I done used up every piece of gigabyte data. Oh yeah, shout out Canva. I am a big time user of Canva for years. Pinterest too. And this is what we was doing today, help to research the meaning behind words when it comes to a credit bureau. So basically what we're gonna go back into is this coding real quick.
This is a Gauss Prime, right?
And
And he's vaulted. Nobody really likes him.
so I'm about to see why. Now, bam, as you can see from the screen, it tells you the different issues. The formatting is broken and showing raw JSON instead of the nice structure that we had. So that means within something that we did, as you see from the previous chat, probably messed up something. Like I'm talking about when I say something, it could probably be a point, exclamation, part, a dot, a space, and your whole code will be messed up. Then, as you've seen, it's not supposed to keep pulling a person report. It's supposed to be able to. Context memory is what it's called when you're like using ChatGPT and these different other platforms to where it shows you your chat still. But thing is, with that, from let's say start out people, it costs a lot of money depending on what platforms you use or credit or usage when you go to store that, depending on how many users you have. They have AWS and things like that that I hear things about, but as you see, they had a major shutdown. And they want you to link a lot of payment cards and stuff to even just set up. Me, I like things that are 100% easy to sign up and free to where I don't have to put no cards in. So, get now, get add. What we about to do is now get commit. Now, people don't know what this is. What I'm doing is
Oh my God.
now after the code change, I'm automatically pushing it to GitHub. GitHub is automatically connected to Versu, and then now Versu automatically redeploys the new code with the fixes online to the actual real live app. That's the power of this whole little setup and things in that manner when it's come to GitHub, Versu, and then using these tools and platforms. We got the sick baby on Christmas Eve. So the chat, as you see, worked, but the issue is now what I'm using for the backend is, as you see, render. I know people like, yo, well, I would like to say this. Yes, I am. That's why I'm a geek. I'm like a baby geek. A lot of people won't even know, like, yo, bro, how are you doing all of this? So as you see, we're using Render. Render is a platform that helps you deploy serverless, I think serverless backends or backend things that deal with like Python code and things in that manner. What it was is I wanted to get into Python. And I was like, all right, I keep going through issues with integrating the front end. This was like, I've been building on this project for about a year and some change now. So from like the first one, it was working to an extent, then it crashed, and then AI went rogue. That's another thing. The hallucination and AI will go rogue, meaning that it will take control and restructure your whole code for you and don't tell you what, where, how. You'll go from a Next.js project to a Python project with the wrong prompt. I swear to God. Oh, my feet. And then if it doesn't deploy, they tell you the errors and what's going on and the issues with the deployment. And then from there, we're going to go back and probably retest, but that's the site. Now, we did also make a backup easier tool. Of course, you know it. So what we did, we also made another tool called Dispute AI XYZ. Dispute AI XYZ was the beginning of this whole project. But like I said, through so many trials and errors of developing, we had to really start completely over. So Dispute AI actually does the full credit report analysis, and that's it. And it gives you a full package. I hope I don't look too crazy on here for TikTok, and I don't see no chat. It's usually people chat on TikTok. But yes, we did make another tool to make it easier to get directly to the point of analyzing a credit report, giving you that, and then just dispute templates, and that's it. Consumer AI Law has a lot more dynamics and functionality to it, and we will be integrating. As you see, we have added trade lines to it, and the blog feature. We will be adding probably a little baby course into the platform, and then it's more based on the consumer law, meaning talking to the AI. We have a research data bank. Well, let's not put it like that. We have a file system that is based on just consumer law. So from the FCRA, FDCPA, CFPB, and then different things that now you could probably help to search whether it's local or state. There's a lot you could really do. What it was is, if you go into like Claude, right, real quick, and be like, give me a dispute letter, right? Let's try it. Letter for a debt collector. Let's do Midland. It's going to just give you a basic template. And as you said, debt validation letter. It's going to give you the whole basic template. Mm. Claude did a little bit better. I don't know if that's because of it being based off my memory or things, but as you see, these things get pretty good because it put in cease and desist, and that is the main thing that you need, people. So I'm just assume that from my chat history over here, as you see, we gonna act like we gonna see if this thing just did that good of a template. You feel me? That was a good one. And that was another thing that I had to really figure out because it was like, what's the point of using my app versus these other platforms? Like I said, mine is specifically based on consumer law. A lot of these other tools are, as you know, just a generalization tools. And also, like, surprised Claude did that good. That's why I said think it's because these things hold memory, and I use Claude for a lot of back end coding, their API usage. But this is a good template. Now, as you see, why is this a good template? Because it asks for a lot of good information that are required. But this main thing right here with the cease and desist, and but as you see, it says optional. But cease and desist is one of the major things that you can use right now to beat any debt. Seriously. Why? Because you don't have to pay a debt. And a lot of us don't know that. Credit is credit. Once a debt is sold, technically, right, let's put it in tax time and tax wording. What happens when a business writes off a debt? See, that's the thing about, like I said, we have to start teaching the literacy part of this. Not just, yo, bro, let's go fix our credit and go and get rent a center. No. What I mean by that is that in accounting and business, when you have a debt and it's written off, as this what these companies do when these accounts become, what is the word they use, in default after a certain amount of time, they can legally write that debt off as a profit because it's now a business write-off. Everybody should know about business write-off, all of my LLC people. Say now. So, now what happens is, technically, if I write this debt off as a tax write-off, that becomes profit. So now, how is that still a debt to, let's say, the original creditor or the debtor, as you want to call it, or me as the consumer? No, technically. Now, you hear a lot about it if you are researching a lot of these people that's talking about consumer law. You can request a 1099 form on that money or that debt that they've written off, because they don't write it off just in, let's say, their company name. It is also written off in your name. Yes. So with that is cool, I gotta look into that. But this is what the lady and a lot of people are getting at, with a lot of people that's telling people to do these FTC reports or dispute these debt collections or just pay it. No. If they done made triple interest money off of this, it's definitely something that I'm supposed to be still getting as a consumer, right? Yes, that is true. You are. And I'm so sorry, TikTok, if y'all are talking to me. Hey, I've not responded. Say, no, I'm playing. But, yes. So, let's jump in here real quick and see what we can do. Alright, let's go to channels. We probably can open up. I'm sorry, because it's, it's upstate. What is that? Streaming out aloud? What the hell? They always, yo. I don't know what it be would be up with TikTok, but TikTok don't be. They be beasted to block you. Well, ever since the new switch, it's been like that. I'ma just be honest. Oh wait, we could watch me right here. Hold on. Boom and check me out.
Sure.
I don't know what it be would be up with TikTok. But I don't even know if I get. How do you see the viewers on a live on to block you? Well, ever since the new switch, it's been like that. YouTube. I'ma just be honest. Sorry, people. Oh wait, we could watch me right here. Hold on. Boom and check me out. Like I said, we doing this for Christmas and holidays. I don't know why TikTok talking about blocking me and stuff, and I ain't even on here with y'all bum. Yeah, I don't like y'all for nothing. I don't. What is it, IRL? Nah. Alright. Boom, let's see. I don't know. Boom. So, shout out OBS for the win. And this is Restream. I'm using Restream so I can hit 2 channels at once.
Yeah, the range. Look at that shit. Look at my range on that shit. Oh yeah. Yo, I'm about to be stuck on this for a little bit. Oh my god.
I'm so sorry for joining this thing. I know this mic is loud as hell.
So, I'm sorry, chat.
Oh, I told about chewing in the mic. I be forgetting that this shit loud as hell. I'm over here just eating chips, looking at this. I know they like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Look at the hoodie.
Oh my god.
Hey, no, I'm playing. Honestly, I'm just not celebrating
Yo, I hate how all y'all
the holidays this year. I really wanted. Everybody's situation is different, so I just really wanted to like. I'm trying to think of the words to say without it being like fitting into everybody and they little sorrow shit that they keep passing on the internet.
Not too much, chat.
I really want to focus on changing the dynamic so it doesn't be like a one thing or person situation when it comes to like holidays. Even though I don't celebrate a lot of these holidays no more, but just even the ability. So yeah, that's basically it for me. We had to start all over, so that's the thing too. So that's why, boom, like I said, people, let's jump back into it. So we did 2 tools for credit repair to help people. Easier, more basic as you see. Analyzer your credit report, gives you dispute forms, bam, that's it. Then we're gonna jump into Versal real quick. We'll get into another video about what Versal is for people that want to know, if you want to know. And then we have the main big boy, which is Consumer Law AI. Consumer AI Info, which is a consumer AI law based application and an AI system. Meaning that we took out a lot of the other jargon and stuff to actually train it specifically on consumer law, which is a little bit hard. And then what next came into hard is, as you see, we had a good formatting for the analysis. Basically, once it takes the data, how does it read it, break it down, and then how does it look in your front end? A lot of people it takes a lot, especially with the new vibe coding thing that we're doing. Ooh, excuse me. So, as you see, we typed into it, and then we have a corruption because it's supposed to be able to take any one of these tabs and then understand whether to be the supervisor agent or to decipher this and transfer it to a different AI agent. So as you see, we have different AI agents into the system. A lot of these are all in one. So basically, it's not going to be like creating a new agent. Is going to be a sub agent that is trained for a specific task, and then the task comes back to the supervisor for the supervisor to now give you the final answer. We are using LangChain with LangGraph, and right now I'm using Minstrel AI, and Google to help with the basically the AI integration, and then the OCR breaking down the credit reports and things in that manner. And like I said, for a lot of little kinks and errors, I am highly impressed because even with this JSON stuff, it's very good to see that it's able to take all of this information and read it from a PDF report, or we tested it out with a basic CDF complaint, so a basic regular Word doc, and it did pretty good. It's just the hard part is, as the developers know, is even if the AI could take it and understand it, it prints things out in JSON, which is just basically, as you see, like we call Markdown. You just see just text, space, and stuff like that. There's no formatting. Now you have to be able to, in your app or coding process, get this to look different like we had up here. And then you know what happens is, like I said, with the AI, you'll probably fix this part up here. And as you see, get into an error, and then it starts changing everything if you do not know how to prompt these systems right. So let's test it out and see if the backend is fixed with the asking of the question, because it wasn't supposed to pull a credit report with a regular question. See, it's doing it again. Why is it? And then it messed up my whole user interface, bro. Like, you can't make this up. Oh, chat, we about to have a very long night, bro. I don't have a clue how the hell that just happened. Mm. So, oh man. So wait, we can go into render. So chat, let me get back with y'all. Love y'all. We gonna get back into teaching this stuff because I don't want to really get into a lot of coding. I might have issues with. Kick be having mad spammers.